Pass it to my boys Chuck Hollow and Polo. Real heads listening, not just to the intros. Knowledge of the realness, y'all should really feel this. Always down the ball, hard that y'all's witness. This here's really for the real fans. For those who've never really been bandwagon fans, listen to the real talk straight up from the stands.
Hi, kami ang Pabebe Podcast. At wala kayong pakialam kung gusto namin pag-usapan ang O2 ng Alaska at SMB.
Tama na yan.
Wala kayong pakialam kung pag-usapan namin si Bobby Ray Parks tonight.
Eh di gumawa kayo ng sarili niyong podcast.
Wala kayong pakialam.
Wala kayong karapatan. Nanunood lang kayo.
Wala kayong gumawa ng sarili niyong podcast.
Tama na yan.
What's up, guys? You're watching episode, I have no idea, I didn't get to ask Polo.
6.
Episode 6 From the Stands.
Season 2.
Season 2. You have the entire crew here. To my left is Polo Bustamante. To my right is Carlo Pamintuan. My name is Chuck Araneta. And alam mo, to be perfectly honest, I'm just making jokes because I'm really sad.
Mask the pain.
I'm really sad, guys.
Mask the pain.
I'm really sad. So last we were here,
You were celebrating.
Last week, I was in a really good mood,
Yeah.
but as with all things, life really has its ups and downs.
Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast. You can never be too complacent. And
Sometimes you're facing Star, and then the other times you're facing SMB.
SMB and
Life comes at you fast. Mga 2 minutes 39 seconds fast.
yeah. Sometimes you're leading by 9 points.
Sometimes you're down by 6.
95 to 86. Then when you close your eyes, 103, 95. Yeah, but hey, Alaska Aces is staring at a 0-2 deficit to SMB in the final conference of what has been a really, really interesting, really, really fun season in the PBA. And 40th season, and it's really been a lot of fun. I guess the question I want to throw out there, just for generalness, is the series done? Can we just, like, in the words of the great Miko Halili, let's tie a ribbon around it, let's call it a series?
Tanong mo sa kanya.
Is this series done?
No, I need to hear you guys before I can finalize my opinion eh. Kasi I have my own opinion, but I wanna see kung nag-agree kayo dyan eh.
Well, sorry, are you asking kung sweep na ba tong series na to or panalo ng San Miguel?
Una, do you think this is gonna be a sweep?
No, I don't think this is gonna be a sweep.
Okay, so ikaw.
No.
Alaska's too good to.
So that
for
being
it to
said,
be cornrows, baby.
Cornrows, baby. So that being said, does Alaska still have a chance to win 4 games out of
The next.
out of the
Kaya
next?
Kaya mo yan.
5.
Kaya mo compute.
That took away. 4 games out of the next.
You struggled.
7 minus 2, 4. Do you see anything about from what Alaska has done?
So as not to hurt you so much, yes, I feel that Alaska can still win. But the adjustments that they have to make are crazy. Like, it's gonna be, how do you say this? San Miguel has dictated how Alaska will play. And also, in a way, Alaska's also been a bit stubborn with how they play, how they defend, how they choose to defend San Miguel. I mean, throughout the entire conference, throughout this entire phase that they've had with Alex Compton, they've been really a switching team, and they're also a team that how do you say this? Parang will always help, will always try to get the ball out of whoever. Parang pressure defense talaga yung Alaska. That's really been their trademark this past conference, and I guess that's really biting them in the butt because they're going up against a high IQ San Miguel team that will whip the ball around to find open shooters, and they're not afraid to, put JV Casio and Romeo Travis in a pick and roll to free up AZ Reed. So, in a way, it's Alaska will really have to adjust to San Miguel for them to win 4 games.
No, I mean, if you're down 0-2, ano talaga siya eh? It's really on the team that's down to find a way to sort of change things and
To go up.
and to win
because
one
you're
game.
down.
Sometimes you're down, then sometimes you're up. But I guess the thing about game 2, and maybe this is just me. I like Alaska. I heard they're good. They were right there. With 3 minutes left, they were up by 9 points, and To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure what happened and how they lost that lead.
It's still a blurred day.
Parang ano siya, parang wait. I'm already thinking, 1-1. There are some adjustments that need to be made, but Alaska's figured this out. Then all of a sudden, wow, we're down 0-2. And strangely enough, it's completely similar to what happened in Game 7 of the All Filipino, wherein Alaska was leading, tas sinabol ng SMB.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, do you think the series is done, or did you see enough out of Alaska to say, hey, maybe they're slowly but surely starting to figure this out?
I don't think it's done, but it's going to be really, really difficult for Alaska.
I don't think it's done, but it's done.
Tinatanong natin nung Philippine Cup, parang bakit hirap na hirap yung San Miguel sa Alaska, di ba? Junmar Fajardo played 45 minutes per game. Arwin did the same. Cabagnot and Ross shared minutes, but in the latter part, it was mostly Cabagnot and then Lassiter. And then, we were thinking na, sige, even if you add an import dun sa rotation na yun, mas malalim pa rin yung Alaska. Napakaraming tao ng Alaska. But then, AZ Reed changed everything. I mean, we talked about this and Polo disagreed.
Yeah, I totally disagree. Yeah.
That AZ Reed was the perfect import for the San Miguel Beermen.
Back down import kailangan daw nila, no?
He remains to be the perfect guy for San Miguel because 1, he shoots well. 2, he's an able passer and he really, really desperately needs to win. Kasi sinabi na niya binigyan niya ng end date yung sarili niya. If it's not now, maybe another year, but after that, he's done.
And he has an underrated post-up game.
Yep.
So you can rest Junmar and put, Reed in the post.
And the problem with that is, if you're Alaska, yung una mong pambantay kay Junmar Fajardo is Sonny Thos. Your second option is automatically Romeo Travis.
Yeah.
Samigi Eman can't.
Nope.
What? Comments on Samigi Eman?
Move on.
Let's move on. He can't.
My favorite part was in the fourth quarter, when he was trying to guard Fajardo.
No.
Tapos nagre-reklamo siya sa ref, sinisiko daw siya ni Junmar.
No.
Parang, bro. Let's move on.
Eric Man can't.
On Reed?
On Junmar.
Fajardo. Yeah,
Junmar,
sure.
exactly. So it's either Thos.
They're just walking 6 fouls.
It's either Thos or Romeo Travis.
Yeah.
And when you don't have Travis guarding AZ Reed,
It's death. And that's the one thing that I guess I think Carlo mentioned it. Really, the biggest difference between this series and the All Filipinos is the presence of AZ Reed on the floor, because you go from your stretch 4 being Arwin Santos to now Arizona Reeds. And Arwin is someone that Meng could defend, someone that Abueva could defend,
or Vic Manuel.
Vic Manuel could defend, but Reed is just too big, he's too fast, and he has an outside shot. And the only person who has a shot at defending him is really Romeo Travis.
Or LeBron James.
Or Calvin Abueva, but he's not playing.
Yeah.
Thumb. Pinky.
Doc, question. Just question. Was Romeo Travis more deserving to win the best import over Arizona Reed? Because for me, the way I saw it, ganito, simple lang naman sa akin eh. Arizona Reed had the better statistical points. They ended up tied after the elimination round, and they were both in the finals. So if you're asking me,
May lamang si AZ.
may lamang si Arizona Reed.
Pero mas maganda yung record ng Alaska
Sa
San Miguel, di ba?
Overall.
tied sila after
Tied ba?
elims.
Quotient, bro!
So kasama pala yung quotient.
Hindi ko alam. Okay.
Di mo sinagot.
Ito na. I think that Romeo Travis is a worthy choice.
Sure.
He
Yeah.
he was one of the most efficient
Sure.
imports in the PBA.
Yes, agreed.
This season, he was a great teammate. You
Agreed.
never heard anything bad about him.
Agreed.
Then Chuck will just stop talking.
Agreed.
But AZ Reed is your best import.
There you go.
As
That's
in-
some real talk.
Kasi na talaga. I mean, come on.
It was clear, right?
And here's the thing, it's not a knock on Romeo Travis.
It's not.
It's not. And I just have a problem with my fellow Alaska fan. It's Calvin Abueva all over again. It's basically them saying na parang, why are we again penalizing Romeo Travis for having substandard stats as
Statistics.
compared to Reed when Alaska's number 1, Alaska's in the finals, they beat Star Hotshots, blah, 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 they swept. So, obviously, clearly, Romeo deserves it. But if you ask me, in terms of the responsibilities and the impact that Reed had on SMB, remember how horrible San Miguel looked in the Commissioner's Cup compared to now when they had an entire season with Reed.
Confident.
Conference pala, they had an entire conference with Reed. Not by much, but I think you have to go with Reed. I really think you have to. And again, it's not a knock on Alaska. Their system
Exactly.
is we not me.
We not me.
Guys,
Yeah.
we not me yung mantra. Bakit tayo naghahanap ng individual awards para sa mga players?
Tama.
Exactly.
Yun lang yan.
Exactly.
Yun lang yan.
Good job.
Tanggal na sa Alaska.
Wala na. Looking for a new team. 99% smooth, new. Yeah, so we
So
go.
did Junmar Fajardo deserve the...
Hey, Marshall Lassiter. Shout out to Marshall Lassiter. You should completely wear just a Marshall Lassiter.
Marshall Lassiter.
Marshall
top 10.
Lassiter top 10.
It was your first time to talk to Marshall Lassiter, di ba?
No.
Second.
How was it this time around? Did you pee your pants again?
Yeah. So every
Slam on 9PH,
Yeah.
Marshall Lassiter.
every
article.
question was like, so how does it feel being a top 10 player?
That I totally
Yeah,
called.
that I called.
So, did you know that you're a top 10 player in my book?
Creepy voice.
Love you, bro.
Guys, we need to explain something to me.
Okay.
How is Marshall Lassiter doing these things?
I don't know.
I mean, we talked about it last week. Eh? I really thought na law of averages and all of that, and Lassiter would fall back to earth. But the man is shooting like he shot 5 out of 10 from 3.
He's about 50.
50
Shooting
to 45%.
Shooting
55%.
55% from 3 in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
For 3-point shots a game.
55% from 3.
Yeah.
How's he doing that? I mean, here's the thing. Even shooters who are wide open can shoot 55% in a game.
Sure.
Diba?
Sure.
So how is it really just the groove? Is it really just the system of San Miguel, or is it really just because Alaska has no idea how to defend that corner?
Well, it's not Alaska. It's Marshall.
Yeah,
I mean,
you kind of have to give a lot of credit to Marshall.
he did this against rain or shine. So it's not what the defense is throwing to Marshall Lassiter. It's just Marshall Lassiter being completely out of his mind.
Yeah.
The only comparison I could give right now is Danny Green when the Spurs lost to Miami in the finals.
Oh yeah.
In that stretch, it was just unbelievable. Na pag nakita mo yung... Tinweet ko to eh. Sabi ko, pag si Marshall yung nakahawak ng bola, tapos pag tinira niya, parang tsamba pag hindi
Oo, mas
hindi
champa
pumasok.
yung di pumasok.
Parang yung net nagpapasalamat na di na naman siya nasaktan kasi naluluha na siya sa kakapasok ng tres ni Marshall. Well, another thing is, Alaska is so good at their team defense that they read situations. I think right now they have to read players instead of situations.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a bunch of times when they rotated perfectly by
followed all the rules.
by the book.
Yeah.
As in, yung si Romeo Travis, the first helper would be the one to run to the corner to defend. Perfect. It's a by the book defense of single high. Yung problema doon is, your corner is Marshall. So, kung ikaw, didepensahan mo ba si Chris Lutz or si Ronald Tubid? Or will you bypass that rotation to that guy to make sure Lassiter is covered? That's the question for Alaska now. Is it a case of you staying true to your defensive system? Or kaya mo bang mag-adjust in a way na didepensahan mo not perfectly by the book, you defend the guy because he's just too hot
Yun
right
yung
now.
sinasabi ko about Alaska. I feel that they're not being stubborn, but they've ingrained this defensive system into their players so much that trying to adjust midstream is such a hard thing for them. The switching, the blitzing defense, the doubling, it's a lot of parang naging second nature na sa kanila na tama ka eh. They do all the right rotations. They do it by the book perfectly. But against a team like San Miguel with Marshall Lassiter, Junmar Fajardo, and AZ Reed, all transcendent talent, sometimes you really have to throw the rule book away and go with your gut. Stay home on whoever the players are. Don't switch. Don't double. If Junmar gets a contested 2-point shot over Sunny Thos,
Live with it na lang.
Live with it na lang kesa sa a backbreaking Marshall 3, di ba?
I guess that's the thing. I mean, San Miguel, for 3 quarters, medyo nag-groove lang sila eh. They just play. But when they get to the 4th quarter, they go pick and rolls all day with
Heavy,
Arizona
no?
Reed and with Alex Cabagnot. And after 2 games, Alaska has no idea how to defend it. And I think, Polo, if you look at the stretch nung 3 minutes left in the game, I think that's what killed Alaska. I mean, you had Junmar free throws of post-ups. But that high pick and roll with Reed and Cabagnot was impossible for Alaska to defend. I mean, weird kasi they started to blitz the
ball handler.
The ball handler, and to try to trap him. But what happened was they started to switch again in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and it basically tore apart the defenses. You had Ontiveros stuck on an island trying to defend both Lutz and both Lassiter. And for the most part, he collapsed on Lutz, and then one pass to Lassiter and it's death.
No, even the funny thing, yung shot to take the lead. I rewatched it a lot of times, and they blitzed Cabagnot. Cabagnot easily dished it off to Reed. Reed drove the defense.
Casio left Lassiter. That's the thing.
No. It was a pick and roll. It was a high pick and roll play. Tapos pag
You're talking about different plays.
Yeah. Ako yung 98-95.
Ito yung okay. I'm talking about the Lassiter 3.
No, my 98-95.
Yung end one ni Reed yung sinasabi mo.
No, I'm talking about the Lassiter 3, the 98-95.
The go-ahead 3.
The go-ahead 3.
Yeah, that was a tie game, ba?
Yeah, the tie game.
Oh.
I watched it many times, and Reed got into the middle of the paint. And then if you see the rotation, they went after Lutz.
Yeah.
They went after Lutz in the extended,
court.
in the elbow
Quarter
area.
court.
Marsh was open. Tapos nag-recover na lang si Donovan. It was textbook. It was tamang ano. But also, Reed didn't even go textbook. He didn't give the ball to Lutz. What he did was diretso na siya kay Lassiter because he knew Lassiter hit the previous 3.
Sorry, I need to stop you there. This is getting into nerdy basketball.
Yeah,
But
I'm just saying.
No. Because in that play, I watched it also. And what I saw kasi was that, if I'm not mistaken, it was Casio who was defending Lutz. Okay? So Casio from the baseline, as for Lutz from the baseline, he goes completely to the other side to the quarter court. Casio doesn't follow him because he saw that AZ Reed already had the ball and he was trying to stop the pick and roll because Reed scored on an end one the previous play.
Before.
So ang sa akin kasi that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Eh. That's the whole
whole
Alaska system,
dynamic.
helping the helper talaga. But in that instance, to be perfectly honest, I'm okay with Reed being challenged by Sonny Toss on a drive than leaving Marshall Lassiter and Chris Lutz open in the perimeter.
I agree. And at this point, and at that point, hindsight is
Captain Hindsight.
Of course.
is beloved by us podcasters.
Yes. That's what we
But
do.
at this point, I would rather have Junmar Fajardo trying to go one-on-one against Sonny Toss instead of Lassiter holding the ball in the corner.
Ako, if I'm Alaska, and I'm not saying I'm smarter than Alex Compton, but given that situation, I would rather force the ball into Junmar against Sonny Toss. Kesa sa you have all of these mismatches and advantages for San Miguel.
Here's the thing about Alaska. Sorry, you were about to say something.
In Game 3, are we expecting just Alaska to give the ball to, to allow Junmar Fajardo to catch the ball as often as he could? Because in Game 2, he only had like 3 shot attempts.
Yeah, and it's by design. That's the thing. I think the biggest mistake strategically that Alaska is doing right now is that they were so traumatized by how dominant Junmar Fajardo was in the All-Filipino that they are doing everything possible to not allow him to dominate the series. And, Alaska was able to get away with changing their system and fronting Fajardo and then having a defender help from behind. Diba? That was the biggest strategy. But it doesn't work right now. And the thing is, eventually, Alaska's going to have to change up their defense and such that sometimes you double Fajardo, sure. But you never leave Marshall Lassiter wide open for this entire series. You let Cabagnot beat you. You let Lutz beat you. You let Chris Ross beat you. Hell, you even let Reed and Junmar Fajardo beat you. But once Lassiter starts going,
it opens up the entire floor for San Miguel. It does. Okay, quick question. When San Miguel got eliminated in the Commissioner's Cup, a lot of people were calling for Leo's Austria's head. I mean, they were it was loud the way they wanted Austria to resign. Is it safe to say that Austria's outcoaching Compton in this series?
Absolutely. They're up 2-0, so...
Yeah, I think we were all too ready to hand Coach Alex Compton the Coach of the Year award because we're fans of what he did with his team. I mean, they're not the strongest on paper, but two
system,
finals appearances, it's not bad.
I shall see on the goat.
On the goat. Tomorrow, at 9 tomorrow.
Hashtag the goat on FS. So watch out for our picks for Coach of the Year.
But really, if Coach Leo wins this, easily. I mean, there's no way you can crown anyone else except Leo Austria, because even if San Miguel is stacked to the brim, as what Coach Alex Compton always says, Coach Leo made it work.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people failed to make it work. I mean, you can blame him for the second conference troubles, pero para sa akin, I don't think it was his fault because one, he did not want that big import.
Yeah.
It didn't work. And two, when he got AZ Reid, who he actually
it started
preferred,
working.
it was too late.
Yeah.
They already lost a bunch of games, and it was
Wala
just too
na
late
silang
for them
rhythm.
to adjust. Exactly. But now, again, 2 more wins, and Coach Leo should be rightfully the coach of the year.
And if you watch San Miguel, it's not like your typical, okay, let's give the ball to Junmar and dump it down.
Exactly, yeah.
His strategy evolves. He evolves his players. He gives them roles. He's not afraid to bench Arvin Santos. He's not afraid to start Cabagnot over Chris Ross.
Or Lutz. And
He's not afraid to play players like Ronald Tubid Still or the Semerad guy, di ba? I forgot which one. David Semerad. Let's not play who he play for anytime soon, di ba? So, yeah, I mean, if Coach Leo wins this, then definitely he's Coach of the Year in the PB, and he's done a fantastic job with SMB. Nice. I'm so happy, guys.
Life comes at you fast.
Few quick hitters lang about this series so far. Let's talk about Don Ontiveros.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That sound you hear is the sound of him airballing that free throw. And the sound of every Alaska fan when he airballed that. You know, that was a gut punch. That was a gut punch. When he missed that free throw, I was like, oh, this is done.
No, I thought it wasn't yet. I honestly thought, I thought momentum was with Alaska still.
Oh no!
I thought momentum was with Alaska still. Because they were leading by 9. So I was like, kala ko mabubuhay ba to?
Did it bring you back to that missed technical free throw?
Absolutely.
You didn't even let me finish.
No, I know.
Exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I get a really weird feeling when Don the free throw with 2 minutes left.
Okay, may tanong ka.
Ikaw naman tanong.
O sige. Is Don unclutch? Or worse, benta ba? That's the popular narrative right now.
Hindi siya benta.
Hindi siya benta.
Okay,
Let's
hindi siya
get
benta.
that out of the way.
Okay.
Come on, it's Don Ontiveros.
No.
It's Don Ontiveros. I mean, he's too good a human being for there even to be allegations. Even that whole once a beerman, always a beerman, you know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He tried to murder you guys in the Philippine
He
Cup.
could have been finals MVP if he had a really great Game 7.
I think he's proven where his loyalty lies.
Yeah.
He wanted to murder SMB.
Yeah, for sure.
We're clear about that.
Chini-cheap shot nga niya si Junmar Fajardo sa game, di ba? He's aight.
So, anyari?
He missed the first free throw. He overcompensated in the second.
It was the first one was long.
It was
The
really
first one was
long.
back iron.
Yeah.
The second one, he just straight up.
And then,
he just
in the arena, you could feel the deflation nung Alaska fans.
Oo.
As in, parang if we can't get 2 free throws from Don freaking Ontiveros right now, I don't
pa yung
think we're
mga
going to
yan?
win.
And the worst part is, like, ako personally, I knew that SMB was gonna score on the other end. So, you needed some kind of a, alam mo yun,
A buffer.
yeah.
Okay. Has Don been out of it this entire series?
I mean, he played, wala siyang mabantayan eh.
Hindi mo siya malagay, no?
Wala talaga siyang mabantay. I mean, Marshall Lassiter, sure, he's defending. Actually, if you think about it, Lassiter's doing Dondon a favor by just hanging out in the corner, diba?
Yeah.
He's not driving.
even driving.
He's not driving. He's just there, and that's actually a good thing for Dondon because he can stay home. But the thing is, Dondon has made a lot of questionable decisions there on defense. I would think personally, and if you're Coach Compton, he trusts Ontiveros so explicitly na na-expose siya eh.
Sige. Continuing. What was he doing on the floor? No, just to set it straight. I mean, Don Ontiveros is one of my favorite shooting guards ever in the PBA. He's one of the best ever. He had 0 points. And he struggled to guard Marshall Lassiter. What was he doing on the floor in a crucial stretch?
It was by design. They needed to free up.
On defense.
They needed
I think
to free
your
up.
question is, what was he doing on defense?
No, what was
Or
he
even the
doing
entire
there?
game.
What was he doing
No,
there?
I think it was by design to free up space for Romeo Travis.
He had 0.
Huh?
He had 0. He had nothing.
But he's Dondon
He's
Ontiveros.
Dondon Ontiveros. I mean, you still respect the... I mean, when he's there, he's there. It's like Lassiter's gravity. Dondon also still has that. Because...
Lassiter's gravity is because he's shooting 55%. I mean, para sa akin kasi, I thought that Calvin Abueva and Chris Manchero played particularly well at the start of the first of the fourth quarter. So, para sa akin, I did not quite understand the need for Dondon to play all those minutes. I mean, he is a key part of Alaska, don't get me wrong. But for him to play that long in the fourth quarter was a bit weird for me.
Well, the thing is kasi...
Because Calvin was injured. Sorry, what's it ba? Injured?
I don't know eh.
Injured.
Yun nga yung weird eh. Kasi,
Injured.
Coach Alex in the press room said that I really wanted to play our Calvin, but he was too hurt. And then after you talk to the other guys from Alaska, they were saying na wala, we stuck to the system. Na it was the 5 was working. Na parang ako,
Tsaka,
if Calvin was injured and he didn't play because of his injury, di ba dapat alam nung buong
tsaka yung sentence na hindi na niya kinaya,
Yun
hindi ako
yung-
naniniwala.
Hindi naniniwala
It's kind of hard din.
na
Hindi kinaya ni
hindi na
Calvin
kinaya ni
Abueva.
Calvin.
Yeah. Okay,
Moving forward.
kahit siguro wala siyang thumb
Oo eh. Depensahan pa rin niya.
No, moving forward na siguro for Dondon. I mean, obviously, again, this is completely hindsight that we are questioning the Dondon thing. Because if Alaska, the one would be saying, oh, he was there to stretch the floor, to provide an extra option on shooting, blah, blah, blah. And, the gamble just didn't pay off. Sa akin lang kasi, we need to remember one thing. This is not like a regular season or a quarterfinals game, Coach Compton made it to the finals coaching the way that he's been coaching. They're down 0-2, that's true. But this guy, is staying up 24 hours to devise a scheme to beat San Miguel. And I honestly think that there's going to be a new wrinkle that's going to happen in Game 3. I don't know if it's going to work, but there's going to be something new.
As a form of preference, Chuck, me, I'm asking you personally, I'm not even gonna veer into what Coach Alex is doing. Would you prefer Banchero and Abueva with Travis, Thos, and
Casio.
or Casio on the floor to close a tight game?
Yeah, tell us your 5. Tell us your closeout 5.
To close out 5,
Yeah.
JV at the 1, Banchero at 2. No, you know what? In this series, Cyrus at the 2. Cyrus has been playing an underrated, really good series.
Sure.
Travis, Tos, and Rome.
Rome, not Calvin.
Yeah, No. Yeah, Calvin. Completely forgot about Calvin. Casio, Banchero to stick with Lassiter.
You just said Baguio.
You said Baguio.
Baguio to stick with Lassiter. Abueva to play free safety. Then you have... I don't know anymore.
Yeah, our second part of this first discussion, Coach Tim Conto Hinebra.
Break, guys! You're still watching from the stands.
Wag mo paasahin.
Go to break.
What do you think is ailing local football?
Well, politics.
Should athletes be endorsers?
Yes, why not?
Why did you refuse to be the Ascal's head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, We talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Why do you say thankless?
Well, you're only as good as the wins.
And then that's it.
Plus, of course, there are other factors like disrespect, honor, honesty, and all of this. Because you're just a coach, you're not the manager. You're not the association, you're not the institution. So you, as a coach, you're just an employee. So you're as good only as the wins that you have.
Wala kayong pakialam
Kung Pabebe kami.
kung pabebe kami.
Tama na po.
Kung
Tama
Don
na po.
Ontiveros dapat maglaro sa last 2 minutes. Wala
Tama na
kayong
po.
pakialam. And you're still watching from the stand. We have no...
I think they stopped.
We have no idea who the Pabebe girls are. We just straight up apologize.
Follow the link.
Yeah. But this is still the Pabebe podcast. Okay, so finals. We talked about the finals. The other hot topic in the Philippine basketball world is one Bobby Ray Parks. Someone...
Akala ko coaching. Move on.
Chong, mo pa sa akin. Chong.
Oh,
Okay.
Bobby Ray Parks playing in the summer league in the NBA right now. Currently averaging 0.5 points.
Yeah.
I think you
And
checked it.
In 5
1
minutes.
point in 2 games.
5 minutes per game.
Yeah, in 5 minutes per game. Not playing, as well as we hoped, we prayed, we thought he would. But he's in the summer league.
Yep.
Thoughts on Bobby Ray Park's journey. So let's delve into a lot of the topics later. But first, I want to hear what are your initial thoughts on Bobby Ray in the summer league, or even when you during the draft. We didn't get to talk about that much.
Ako, I feel that where he's at right now is already a great achievement for him. And I'll emphasize that for him more than anything, because I guess my point is that we're all with BRP for his ride, but
Sure.
it's his ride.
Sure.
Wala akong kinalaman dito. If he makes it, great. But parang I guess yung thing dyan is we're watching him, we're following him. It's his ride and it's a great achievement for him.
Ikaw, Carl.
Para sa akin, parang ano ba yung summer league? Bakit may summer league?
Tryouts, auditions, getting used to the pace of the game.
Para kasi sa akin, the summer league is your opportunity as a team to give your draftees a feel for what will happen to them
Sure.
come the regular season. So, kita nyo yung katabi ni BRP. He will for sure be in the lineup. Di ba? Easy. He's a very good guy.
Yan.
Si Levy. Siya nagsabi dyan, si Levy yan. Anyway, para the summer league is about those guys. Para sa kanila yan, para malaman nila kung ano yung sistema sa NBA to get acclimatized to actually work with the coaches that they'll be working with in the regular season. So bakit may Bobby Ray Parks sa summer league? Hindi ka makakapulot na sige, magsa-summer league siya, kukunin ko na siya. It rarely happens that way. Itong stint niya sa summer league is him just throwing his name out there. Really, it's just him saying na ito yung pwede kong gawin. Ito ako, and if you're willing to take a chance on me, I'm willing to work for it. It's that. I mean, we cannot parang kung mag-expect ka ng Linsanity level na oh my God, who's this guy? He's good. You're expecting the wrong thing. Because right now, where he stands, it's an incredibly long shot for Bobby Ray Parks to make it to an NBA lineup. An incredibly long shot. But you know what? This is closer than anyone who played in the UAAP ever got to. So para sa akin, it's an achievement.
I think that's a good place to sort of start this discussion. Let's first set the table by saying that, as Carlos said, it's an incredibly long shot that BRP will crack the Dallas Mavericks lineup next season.
Again, let's set expectation.
Yeah, let's set it that way. Una sa lahat, he didn't get drafted. So he is not guaranteed a roster spot, diba? You have to be a first round
draft pick.
be
First round draft
guaranteed.
pick to be guaranteed. Second round, posible, but more likely than not, those guys get sent to the D-League or they're stashed internationally, diba? Now, for undrafted guys who are playing in the summer league, you need, as Carlos said, you need to have like a game-changing preseason. But the thing is, even those guys, even if you play your balls out during the summer league, it's not a guarantee.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is also, maybe coaches are kasi yung mga pinipili sa summer league, kadalasan mga ano yan eh, mga 14th man, 13th. Alam mo yun, just to round up the
Yeah.
lineup, really good practice players. And you know, more often than not, they're just looking for shooters, for passers, for certain
Specialists.
specialists,
Yeah,
sure.
specialists.
And sometimes you can do a little bit of everything, but if the coaches don't see one specific thing they're looking for, wala silang kukunin.
Exactly.
And that's where Bobby Ray Parks is right now. And I guess the reason why we brought this up is parang the past few weeks we've been seeing two sort of sides
Yeah.
of the Bobby Ray Parks debate. So one side is, oh my God, Bobby Ray is Filipino. Let's support him no matter what.
And he'll make it.
He'll make
gonna
it.
make
Mark
it,
Cuban
guys.
said so.
You heard on MavsMoneyball.com, diba?
Yeah.
He's good for the league, and eventually there's gonna be a Filipino player. Why not Bobby Ray?
Sidebar, gaano kataas na ang hits ng Mavs Moneyball?
Oh man, they're raking in the hits.
Dati ako lang eh.
Ngayon, dami na eh, no?
As in, pag geo map mo yung hits nila, Philippines won.
That's you checking every week. Diba? So that's one side. That's the Pinoy pride. Let's do it. Bobby Ray, dala mo ang pangalan ng Pilipinas. We love you, blah, blah, blah. The other side naman is, he's a 6'3", point guard,
Points guard.
who can't shoot,
Who
has
did not win.
low field goal percentage, who didn't even win a championship in NU.
He didn't dominate.
He didn't
could have
dominate. He's not doing
dominated,
enough.
yeah.
He should have played
In Georgetown,
internationally,
yeah.
Georgetown or whatever, instead of wasting his time in NU. And kumaga, that camp is saying, why are you wasting so much time? Bakit, kumaga, they're talking to the other side.
Yeah.
Bakit pa kayo umaasa
Yeah.
kay Bobby Ray sa NBA? Kasi hindi mangyayari.
Then the other side screaming, Pinoy pride!
Pinoy pride, di ba? So, that's where we're at right now. And, to be perfectly honest, I mean, it's your opinion and you can choose whatever side you want. If you think that, if you're all in with Bobby Ray and you're praying, you're hoping, good for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're trying to be realistic and you think that this guy is gonna have a hard time because he can't even, he's going up against guys like Jordan Clarkson, Keith Bogans, Jared Famous, all these guys who are trying to make life. Hey, he's in the summer
He's
league.
there. He's
Chris
there.
Tapps.
Kristaps, Porzingis, diba? That's your prerogative. But I feel like there's some things sort of missing or getting lost in translation here with Bobby Ray Parks. Which is, and here again, this is my thing, Bobby Ray Parks doesn't owe us anything.
There you go.
The
That's
man-
why I kept on saying for him.
The man doesn't owe us anything. Kumbaga, ano siya, again, this is my opinion, but we're just spectators. We're really just spectators. And ikaw ba, Carlo, which side are you on? Are you left wing, right wing, or are you neutral? Are you swaying back and forth? Anong stand mo dito?
Ako kasi, yung mga naranasan na natin yan eh. Yung ganyang Pinoy pride, whatever. Perfect example is Manny Pacquiao.
Sure.
Manny Pacquiao is Pinoy pride, blah, 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 blah. And then you have the extreme other side na parang I read this before he faced Mayweather. It was a very eloquently written post about why this female writer wanted Manny to lose. Parang may opposite side. Para sa akin kasi, the frustration of those who are looking like doubters right now is masyado kayong OA sa support kay Bobby Ray Parks, which I understand. If you don't parang follow NBA basketball, it's very easy to be lost in the hoopla around Bobby Parks. It's very easy to just assume na he'll make it because he's there in the summer league. That's just another step. It's a huge step. It's an unbelievably huge step to take if you're Bobby Ray Parks. The problem is, if you're coming from the other side, whatever mud you throw towards Parks, it won't erase whatever their support is.
It doesn't balance things out.
Para sa akin kasi, if you don't believe that you should be wasting effort in supporting Bobby Ray Parks, by all means, don't. It's an easy choice. If you don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch his games, or if you don't want to read articles about Bobby Ray Parks, if you don't want to see pictures about Bobby Ray Parks,
Then don't look.
don't. It's easy. Just look the other way. If you don't want Manny Pacquiao to win, don't watch him.
Yeah.
Huwag mong panoorin.
It's like me, pagdating sa Game of Thrones, na parang, okay, I don't know anything about Game of Thrones.
Bahala kayo sa buhay nyo.
Bahala kayo sa buhay
Pero
nyo.
ikaw, hindi mo sasabihin na
Your
Hindi.
show sucks.
Your show sucks.
Breaking
Diba?
Bad is better.
Yun yung hindi ko maintindihan. Parang some people get a thrill in saying that the other people are wrong. Para sa akin, if they want to support him, parang it's their time. Let them waste it however they see fit. If Hansi wants to spend parang how much? $50,000, $100,000 in sending Bobby Ray Parks to the States and taking care of his lodging, his food, his training, by all means, it's his money. We're not asking you to chip in. Hindi namin hinihingi sa'yo na magbigay ka ng pera. I mean, sure, you can say na dapat nag-NCAA siya in the States. Sure, it was. If you want to say that it could have been the much easier route for him, sure, by all means, say it.
And that's true.
It's true. I agree with it. Pero you cannot question the kid for deciding on what he thought that point was best for his family. I mean, he's a very young guy. Sobrang bata pa ni Bobby Ray Parks. And namatayan siya ng tatay, namatayan siya ng girlfriend. It's something, yung mga karga ni Bobby Ray Parks are something
Lalim nun.
that we cannot even begin to imagine. We can't. Pinanganak siya na yung tatay niya NBA player. Of course you want to be there. Tayo namang lahat gusto nating ma-achieve somehow yung na-achieve ng parents natin. I mean, who are you? Who are you to step on the kid's dream? I mean, kung kami parang we decide to support him, parang it's our time, it's our decision. If you don't want to, doors open. You don't have to.
Ako, my biggest beef is how they're crucifying the kid for making a decision to study and play in the Philippines versus the supposedly easier shot in US college ball. It's true na going US college, the US college route would have been an easier shot. That's something that we've seen Japeth do. But it's not an assurance, number one. It's not an assurance na you're gonna make the NBA. Japeth didn't make the NBA. He could have been buried in the bench. Could have gotten injured. Ang daming pwede mangyari kay Bobby Ray Parks. The main point of his decision to come here was for the benefit of himself and of his family. And again, I put it back to this point na it's for him. Me, I'm all in. Pinoy pride or not, I'm all in on Bobby Ray Parks. If he makes it, it's great. I'm gonna celebrate with him. I'm gonna be the one to fully support him on Twitter, social media, game. Babasahin ko yung mga articles and whatever. Pero, you know,
But if he doesn't make it, you'll still support him nonetheless.
Exactly.
Come to the PBA, play for Kia. Then we'll cheer for you there.
I have nothing against Bobby.
Exactly.
If he fails, then he fails. I will accept him. Come back here and play for. Won't play for Kia.
He'll get drafted by Kia second pick.
Then depende na kung saan siya maglaro.
Depende kay Troy. Ito lang. Medyo kasi, napaplastikan ako dun sa, ba't ka kasi nag-NU? Hindi, seryoso. Polo and Chuck, if he decided to play for Ateneo,
Pare, go! Kiefer Bobby Ray, come on!
Big fight, bro.
diba?
Come on, one big fight.
Parang it's so easy to bash NU because they don't have vocal supporters.
Sure.
Pero in truth, we're just pissed that Bobby Ray Parks decided he was going to go to NU and not to Ateneo. Japet Aguilar. Let me put it this way. Japet Aguilar. We were questioning why he was going abroad
Exactly.
to study.
Exactly.
We were questioning it kasi kami sinasabi namin,
Stay here, bro!
seryoso ka? Coach Norman Black?
Big man,
Big
coach.
man ka?
Tama.
Iiwanan mo kami? Iiwanan mo yung development na yan for Western Kentucky?
Who's ever been to Kentucky?
Na mababang
The USNCAA.
Exactly.
Tama.
Bakit dalawa yung standards natin? Why did we say na Japet should have stayed and now Bobby Ray should have went? Parang it's
Labo.
That's a great point.
It's something na we tend to go back and forth with, depending on what case suits us better.
Yes.
At the end of the day, if you're hating on Bobby Ray Parks, if you want him to fail, if you post negative stuff about him, if you laugh at whatever minutes he's getting, you're just like a horrible person.
You're just hating.
The guy is one of the kindest, most down-to-earth people I've ever talked to. And para sa akin, I just wish him well. If it's in the NBA or it's in the PBA, I just wish him well.
Sa akin lang ganito lang yan eh. Parang it's like, halimbawa, you're a fresh grad, you're coming out of college, then you decide to apply in the most prestigious, sabihin nating whatever, company. Yung talagang, for example, international, you decide to apply sabihin natin, you decide to apply sa a really, really big company. As in, you wala kang experience, and you decide to apply for like president or brand manager or whatever. I mean, and then there are people who are going to say na, uy, ano ka ba? Why are you trying to dream that big? But at the end of the day, it's your life, and it's your prerogative to do as you want to do. And if you're Bobby Ray, the guy wants to try out for the NBA. Sure, he made his own decisions. It didn't work out. But again, I go back to the guy does not owe us anything. And there's a time and there's a place to critique Bobby Ray's path. I guess that's the one thing I also want to throw out there. Parang, you can make the argument about him. You can say na maybe you should have done this, maybe you should have done that. Tingin ko lang kasi there's a time and place for that. There's a time na like evaluating or sort of eventually when we see where he will end up. If he'll end up in a D-League, if he'll end up in the PBA, eventually you can talk about that. But right now, parang what's so bad about just enjoying the ride? Yun lang siguro sa akin. What's so bad about just enjoying the moment, seeing a Filipino in the NBA Summer League? How many times are we gonna have that opportunity?
Once. Right now.
Exactly.
How many other Filipinos do you see coming up in the pipeline?
Hintayin niyo yung anak ko, si
Si Bobby Ray, pamintuan.
Caldrogo, pamintuan.
Caldrogo, pamintuan. Yun. Last pahabol about BRP.
No, I guess it's been said. I mean, siguro fun na rin kasi we haven't had an FTS real talk in a while, and it was good to get this off our chest. But again, it's his ride. We're just in it with him from afar. We're basically watching him do his thing. Parang why I don't get the hatred, I don't get the negativity. I don't get hatred and negativity. Period. Di ba?
So, on behalf of Bobby Ray Parks, wala kayong pakialam. Kung gusto ko maglaro sa Dallas Maverick,
Kayo mag-Summer League
kayo
sarili
mag-Summer
nyo.
League, kayo mag-NU, kayo mag-2-time MVP. Wala kayong pakialam. Pabebe Bobby.
Bobby.
I think you just destroyed everything.
You ruined all the great points.
People were like, yeah. Then he was like, that guy? I'm gonna listen to that guy? That
Boss.
guy's podcast? I'm totally kidding. Pabebe. That's gonna do it for this episode of From the Stands. We want to thank you guys for enjoying the show, for checking it out. If you haven't subscribed,
Please, we're 148
mga ganun na lang.
away.
We got like 30 last week. Thank you to
I
everyone.
refresh every hour.
And he also comments to everyone who posts.
I do. I actually comment.
Leave us a comment if you like what you saw, like what you heard.
Even if you don't.
Even if you didn't, we still love listening.
You can actually
reading everything
comment
you guys
on our
do.
looks if you want. Undercut.
Zuplado.
JV.
Lil Z.
Lil Z.
bro. All day. Hey, everything. We love hearing feedback from you guys. And again, if you want to check us out on Twitter, He's at Polo_Bustamante. He is at Carlo_Pamintuin. And I am, as you can see right there, Chuck_Araneta. It's gonna do it.
Yep.
We good? We good?
Yep.
All right. We out?
We out.
We out. All right.
We out.
Go X FTS Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
9 p.m.
Tomorrow.
9 p.m. on Wednesday. Please check it out.
Or mamaya, by the time they
Yeah,
host it.
everyone's gonna be there. Susie, Nico, Casey,
And Misag.
and America's Asia's next top model who should
Monica.
have won. Yeah, Monica. On behalf of Paulo Bustamante,
What's up?
on behalf of Carlo Pamintuan, my name is Chuck Araneta. See you next week for another episode from the stands. Alaska, humabol kayo. Peace.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.